Hi, lovelies, and welcome to lesson 319. I came for the salvation of the world. And I would add to that, we came for all this experience of knowing ourselves as the divine, knowing ourselves as love, becoming fully conscious and aware of our divinity whilst we were in a body. So we'll take a moment. Let's drop in. Let's open our hearts. Let's be present. Let's feel the sensation of sitting this morning and settle fully in our seats. Invite your shoulders to relax, your jaw to relax, your eyes to be soft, your brow to be smooth. And in this relaxed state, we open ourselves fully to the presence of the divine within us, to awaken in us, so that we may know the rejuvenation that Christ consciousness brings, the aliveness, the joy, the fullness. And we begin in gratitude. We say thank you for this new day. We surrender to love on this day, filled with opportunities, filled with holy encounters and holy experiences. We say yes to abundance, to fun. We say yes to all life's experiences. We are open. We're recognizing our divinity. And we say yes, yes, yes. So I came for the salvation of the world. Here is a thought from which all arrogance has been removed, and only truth remains. For arrogance opposes truth. And I love that. That is the real, essence of truth. That arrogance is completely removed when we speak who we truly be. When we recognize what our purpose is here. There is no haughtiness or arrogance, but to argue against that, well, there's arrogance. Yet when there is no arrogance, the truth will come immediately and fill up the space the ego left unoccupied by lies. Only the ego can be limited. Therefore, it must seek for aims which are curtailed and limiting. The ego thinks that what one gains, when one thinks that what one gains, totality must lose. And yet it is the will of God, I learn, that what one gains is given unto all. So the ego has no sense of totality. The ego only has this sense of individuality, which is in itself, of course, immediately a limitation because we don't see the oneness, we don't see the expansiveness. And so it thinks that if it gains something, something else loses. There's a give and take sort of thing. Of course, what we've been learning all along, the giving and receiving are one. And that, as we add things, or as we receive, things increase, I suppose, let's put it that way. So the math of God always adds and multiplies, the math of man divides and subtracts. My source, your will is total, and the goal which stems from it shares its totality. What aim but the salvation of the world could you have given me? And what but this could be the will myself has shared with you? So the expression that I use frequently that comes from Ram Dass, we are all walking each other home, is, really tied in with this lesson. We're not doing any of this for ourselves as individuals. This is a job for mankind. This is for the awakening of all mankind. This is so that all will know themselves as love. And this is what we're here for. Even though we look like we're here in individual forms, as a collective, we are here for this grand awakening. which we get to know in form and appear as individuals, I suppose, in that form. But the form will no longer be needed when we've all woken up to the fact that we are all love. Kind of fun, isn't it? And it's like, why wouldn't you try doing things a different way? Why wouldn't you try learning a whole new way of looking at the world? Because clearly the way we have been doing things haven't been working. And so this is so rich in opportunities and in peace. You know, peace is the outcome of practicing this course. Enjoy today's practice. I came for the salvation of the world. What did you come for? I came for the salvation of the world. That is why I am here. That is why you are here.